Excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, excuse me. This is my video. Can you back up just a little bit, please? Can you get out of the way? Thank you. And you, young man, you with the green thing on your head. That's really not a good look. I know you think it's cool, but it's just not working for you, buddy. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the ranch. I'm Dr. Lee, and it is another beautiful day in South Texas. I hope the weather's good where you are, and I hope the world's been treating you well. It's been fairly mild here this winter. I pretty much wasted time and money wrapping my pipes earlier in the year, but at least they're done. I won't have to worry about it should we get a little cold snap. But anyway, we've been keeping the feeders going for the deer because, as you can see, all the grasses are parched around here. There's not been very much rain this year, and this time of year there's just not much nutrition in the grass. We've been keeping the feeders going, and as always, man, when those feeders go off, the deer come running. They know their dinner bell and they take full advantage of it. We keep feeders going year round here, but we feed pretty heavily this time of year. We really have them stepped up. You can adjust the amount of food they throw out and the number of times per day they distribute the food. So anyway, got that going. The deer are looking pretty good despite the fact that the nutrition's been poor. Some of our bigger bucks that we kind of expected to lose during deer season somehow survived, and all the axis seem to have survived as well. So we feel fortunate that they're still around. You know, it's common for these other ranches that surround us to harvest a lot of deer, and usually the ones with the big antlers and of course all the axis go, because everybody likes the way axis meat taste over the whitetail. So all the whitetail deer are doing well, all the other little critters are doing good, and even Thumper and Bambi are still enjoying meals together. And to add to all those aforementioned critters we have out here on the ranch, we recently acquired another couple, and it was not an active acquisition, it was a passive one. In other words, they found us, we didn't find them. And I have no clue as to where they came from. None of our neighboring farms and ranches around here have sheep and goats, so they must have come by way of the creek, coming up the sides of the creek. And you know, these guys are pretty nimble-footed, so that's no big deal for them. But they've been hanging out here for a few weeks, and we've really enjoyed seeing them. And I guess they've enjoyed our company as well, because they're still here. Unfortunately, one of them is not alive. I found him dead in the creek a few weeks ago with his throat torn out and one of his back legs chewed all to pieces. And that was a little disheartening, because a couple of weeks before that, I found a white-tailed deer about 50 yards downstream from where I found this little sheep, and he was killed the same way. And you know, you think about, okay, here we are out on this ranch with all these predators. Who could have done this? And you start to think about, you know, the hogs and the coyotes and all that kind of stuff, and you think, you know, who could it be? Who could it be? Who do we need to be looking out for? Who committed this crime? And I guarantee you, it was not this guy, and it was not this guy right here. It wasn't him either, nor this one. It wasn't this guy. It wasn't this little group of juveniles. It wasn't this one, nor this one. It wasn't this little dude right here. It wasn't this one. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one, or this one. And how do I know all this stuff? And well, I'll tell you right quick. Hogs and coyotes, when they make a kill, when they do make a kill, they drag it back to their families and they eat everything that there is. The animals that we've seen, and I meant to tell you also, Drew was out on a four-wheeler recently and found 4 dead white-tailed deer, all in an area of probably, if I had to guess, 500 to 800 yards. And they were all fresh kills, and they were all killed the same way. Throat was torn out, a lot of bite marks around the neck, and bite marks on the legs. And that is a sign of sport killing by dogs. And one dog will grab a back leg and hold an animal still, and the other will go in and get a hold of the neck, and then it's all over after that. So that's very disheartening and very frustrating, but I kind of knew at the time I found this because coincidentally, time-wise, I found on the game cameras the culprit, and here he is zinging around the ranch at will, chasing deer. And if you watch closely, up at the top of this first video, you'll see a white-tailed deer running first, and then you'll see the dog coming after him. And I slowed this down to get a better look at this dog. This is a male dog, and you can tell by this picture right here, he's definitely a male dog. And then I slowed it down and stopped the camera right here, and in this frame right here, you can tell this is an intact or unneutered dog. And that really frustrated me because out here on the ranch, we're a wildlife preserve. By law and definition, we are to take care of all the wild and indigenous species out here. And when you have wild dogs running through here just slaughtering things, it's very, very frustrating because all the animals that I'm supposed to be protecting, they're being destroyed by someone else's stupidity and neglect. Because not only are they failing to keep their animals home and locked up in the house or in the yard or in whatever, but also, I mean, these are negligent people by not neutering their animals, because if you neuter them, 9 times out of 10 they're going to stay home anyway. They lose the desire to get out and roam. But so it's very, very frustrating. And what's more frustrating is this really is not these dogs' fault. This is the people's fault, and they're the ones that are going to be pissed off when some farmer shoots their dogs. And I guarantee you, if they don't keep them locked up at home, that is exactly what's going to happen, and it won't be very long. And it will not be me that shoots them, but that doesn't matter. There's plenty of ranchers. My ranch is not that big, and they can be across my ranch lickety-splitting onto the neighbors, and because they come out here. I was in the shop working one day, and I heard this dog just howling and screaming, and I ran out of the shop to see what was going on, and it was that same little yellow dog, and he was chasing deer and just screaming full tilt at him. Man, he was a maniac, and he was after him. So most farmers see that on their land. They're getting the rifles out, and this poor little guy's going to be killed, and these owners are going to be pissed off about some farmer shooting their dog. And I'm sorry, but that's what happens. If you'll look closely at this next film, you'll see, again, this little dog is not by himself. Out in front of him, you can see his little buddy running down the road. They kill these animals in pairs. At least the dogs are in pairs, and because they have their little ways. So anyway, some stupid jerk's going to get his dogs killed, and it's just frustrating for all the rest of us have to go through it. Well, one other thing I needed to tell you too is I'd like for you to be on the lookout. I'm making a video that Uncle Floyd wanted me to make. There was a couple of things that he wanted to tell you, and one of them he was very, very disheartened about, and it was very, very near and dear to his sweetheart. And he was really worried about a lot of the comments that a lot of you have left over the years, and he wanted to say something to you about it, and unfortunately he did not get the time, so it will be up to me. So I'll be making that video before too long. So anyway, be on the lookout for that. I think you'll appreciate the message from Uncle Floyd, and again, it's we miss him dearly, and but I wouldn't want him to live. Lily, quit rubbing against the tripod there. Sorry, kitty cat attack on you. Hope you didn't think it was an earthquake. But anyway, like I said, we miss Uncle Floyd, but we wouldn't want him to live the way he was living one day longer. So it's okay. But anyway, guys, I would like to thank you for all the kindness and love you have shown us. Our family's going through some really, really hard times right now. Certainly appreciate all the cards and letters and the little gifts you've sent, especially for Mark. And I really appreciate all the prayers and the kind words and thoughts y'all have sent as well. Our comment section is just full of well wishes for my family, and also for all you others who have problems. Please put them down in the comment section, and let all your brothers and sisters here have an opportunity to chat with you and also pray for you. So guys, that's about it from out here on the ranch today. Short and sweet, but I will be back in a couple of weeks with another video. I'll try to get the one out about Uncle Floyd, and we will really look forward to seeing you back here then. And as always, I thank you so much for stopping by here. It's always such a pleasure to get to talk with you, get to chat with you. Look forward to your comments down in the comment section. And as always, I would really like for you to remember that I love you. You guys take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now. So let's see, something looks a little bit different on you guys, and I can't tell what it is. Maybe y'all are wearing different shirts than I'm used to. Yeah, it's the shirts. Shirts make y'all look different. So what you doing there, Al?
Neutering a dog, Dad.
All right. Who's going to learn you?
That's a mistake.